What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be showing you my latest build for the upcoming PvP event. If you're a PvEer specifically and you just want to complete the quests, say you just want to complete the ones in the Imperial City or Cyrodiil, specifically the town ones, so you don't want to be bothered, this build is for you. So say like you've got the towns here, or maybe in Imperial City, which is, if I can get to it, so there's the quests here. So during the PvP event, you're going to be wanting to complete some of these PvE quests, and obviously there's going to be a lot of PvPers about because it's a PvP zone. Maybe you don't want to be bothered and you just want to try and crack on through the quests, and you want to be really tanky. You may be a PvPer, or you maybe just be a PvEer, and you just want to obtain these event tickets without being hassled. So I've got the build just for you. It's got insane health. It's called the Big Health Boy. It's a Warden, and we're just incorporating and exploiting the high health just to maximize the skills and really push them, so that you're going to be very, very hard to kill and people are not going to be able to gank you. All sorts of great stuff, all incorporated on a one bar. So we'll get straight into it. We'll get into the sets first. They're nice and simple sets. So the first set we're running is one of the sets that is used quite commonly on Warden, particularly in the higher health, is the Plague Doctor. Nice and easy to acquire in Deshaan. So it's just going to basically give you a ton of health. Every line is just going to give you loads of max health. We're running a healing staff in defending with a life drain enchantment, but you can change the enchantment maybe to Magicka Return. It's up to you, but this is what I would recommend. The next item set we're running is the Helm of the Trainee in heavy, infused with max health. So it's really going to push that max health, and that is going to give you one line of health. The next set we're running is the Green Pact. So this is a set that's not used as much because it's got health recovery, but it still gives you a nice big bonus to your health. So it's going to give you a line of health recovery, another line of health, and when you have a buff food active, your max health is going to be pushed even further to 2500, and you're going to get more health recovery. So again, a really easy set to get hold of as well. It drops in the base game, so it's simple to get hold of. Another heavy set, so we've got that in heavy infused max health. We've got divines on the smaller pieces with max health, and infused on the bigger pieces just to try and push the max health as much as possible. And it's all heavy armor. The jewelry is 2 Plague Doctor and the Oaken Soul, so they're all healthy with weapon damage on 1 and 2 Magicka recovery. So we get into the skills. Again, it's just on one bar, guys, nice and simple. We've got the Deceptive Predator. This is going to give you a movement speed buff, and it's going to give you that immunity to snares and immobilization. So if you're trying to do a quest or something, and someone's attacking you or trying to gank you, you can just press this and you're going to be able to speed away. It's going to also give you minor evasion, reducing your damage from area attacks. So having that movement speed buff is really, really nice. It's going to help you get away from enemies really, really quickly, and on top of it, it's going to make the quests turn in a lot faster because you're going to have a faster movement speed. We've got the Blue Betty next, which is purely here just for the removing negative effects, and also it's going to return you Magicka over time. We don't need the Major Brutality and Sorcery, as that's already covered with the Oaken Soul. And we've got the Resolving Vigor, which is just a heal over time, just for us, a selfish heal, and give us the minor resolve, as Oaken Soul does not provide minor resolve. So we're getting this just to buff the armor a bit more. And these two skills coming here are scaling off max health. Our max health is pushing over 71k, so you're really going to be utilizing these skills to their full effect. You're going to get a massive damage shield. This is the Spiked Bone Shield, and it's also going to return direct damage back to the enemy as well. It's going to, the ability scales off your max health. Allies can also activate the synergy as well to get a damage shield as well, but it's more specifically just for us, just to have a nice big chunky health shield. It lasts for 6 seconds. And the next one, of course, we're running is Polar Wind. You're going to have a monster heal on this because, again, it scales off your max health. Our max health is incredibly high, so it's going to push the healing into insane regions. So these are your two main abused skills, if you will, that scale off the max health. That's why we're pushing the max health into the crazy regions. We've also got the Enchanted Forest as the ultimate, is very, very cheap. It's only 87 ultimate, and it just provides a nice burst heal. It's not going to be the strongest burst heal because it probably scales off max magicka and stamina, but again, it's a very cheap ultimate. It's a very good life-saving ultimate, so I'm definitely incorporating that. And of course, we've got the restoration stuff, which is going to buff the healing even more. But these are your two main of focus. So have all your passives in your 3 class lines. The restoration staff, heavy armor. Also, I would recommend a vampire just for the undeath passive, just to make your damage reduction taken just a little bit better. You're not going to take as much damage. It goes all the way up to 15%. And then make sure you have your undaunted passives as well, as that's just going to give you a tiny bit more stats. The assault and support line, if you can. I'm also an Imperial as well, which I don't normally run, but it's going to give you the most health possible. It's going to give you stamina, which is nice. So if you're CC'd, you're going to have extra stamina to try and break free. And also we've got the red diamond, which is going to reduce the cost of all your abilities, because we don't have huge recoveries here, guys. It's all mostly reliant on heavy attacks and stuff, but having this damage cost reduction on all your abilities is really going to help out. Also, make sure you have your medicinal use so your potions last longer. So we've got all 64 points into health. Running Bewitched Sugar Skulls and the Lord Mundus. So make sure you have Vampire Stage 3, guys, as well. I'll just show you it fully buffed up. So we've got nearly 1500 magic recovery, which isn't too bad considering we don't have any recovery sets. And we only got 71k health, 19k stamina, 17k magicka. The spell damage is around 3,300, but again, we're not super utilising damage. Even though healing does scale off damage and max stats, we're primarily using the Polar Wind, which is just purely off the health. And the resistances are at 32k, which is almost at cap, so that's not too bad. And the critical resistance is at 2k, so we are fairly tanky with crazy health, guys. So we get into the champion points, which are also quite key. You want the Steed's Blessing so you can move as quickly as possible. And we've got the Ironclad for the damage reduction. We've got Resilience for more critical resistance. I've got Last Stand as well, so if you are taking damage and you are under pressure, say you're getting attacked by multiple people, then you can use this. It's going to give you major heroism, so you could basically going to get that ultimate incredibly quickly. It's an incredibly cheap ultimate, so you've got minor and major heroism, so it's going to really get you to that ultimate as quickly as possible. You pop that ultimate, you'll be back to full health in no time. So Last Stand is really effective. And Duelist Rebuff just for more damage reduction taken. And with the red CP, I've got Boundaries, Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Pain's Refuge. I would recommend. You could go Bastion and for bigger damage shields, or Celerity for more movement, but I do feel the movement is fine. But that's up to you guys. So I'll just show you just how to play this build. Like I said, it's very simple. There's not really a lot to it, as it is a very simple and easy build. It's basically just a troll build, just to stop yourself getting ganked. You just want to get through stuff. I mean, obviously, if you're going to get hit by 30 people, it's going to go down. It's not going to be completely invincible. It's just going to make you very obnoxious and not quite appetizing for gankers and stuff. It's going to, obviously, the max health is really going to put players off regardless. So let's check out the movement speed. So the movement speed isn't too bad. It's not the fastest, but it's fast enough for what you'll need. And that's purely just to get away from enemies. bearing in mind, guys, we are running full heavy armor, which does slow you down. So considering that you're running full heavy armor, this isn't too bad. But like I said, you can stick on celerity just for a bit more movement speed if you need. So again, say this is an enemy here that's attacking you. You can just basically just heavy attack in between all your skills. And you can see you're getting crazy monster heals. The healing is reduced in PvP areas, by the way, guys, but it's still going to be very, very strong. Just pop a potion if you need to, and just keep those heavy attacks up so you've got the sustain. Keep the blue Betty up, just so you've got the magical return, and just keep your shield up at all times, the spike bone shield. It's also going to deal damage to the enemy. It's not going to kill an enemy by any means, but it's just going to keep you going. You're going to be very obnoxious, and players are just simply not going to bother with you. So if you, like I said, if you want to be doing the town quests in Cyrodiil, there's 50 town quests, you know what I mean? Like sometimes there could be gankers or people attacking, hoping to get PVE players, you know, easy pickings. You will not be easy pickings on this build. You're going to be definitely a challenge to put down. And again, in the Imperial City, you're going to more likely to see players and gankers. You put this build on, you will not be able to be ganked. Your health is just far too high. Pushing over 71k health almost. It's going to be absolutely insane. Not to mention in Cyrodiil, I'll give you a secret tip as well, guys. In Cyrodiil as well, just in case you don't know, there are some wells knocking about in certain areas of the game. I can't think of it off the top of my head at the moment. But if you hit these wells, they're going to give you a max health bonus. I think there's one around here. And another around here somewhere. And if you hit these wells, they're going to give you even more health. So you can probably push this easily to about 75k health in Cyrodiil. You're definitely going to be intimidating health-wise. Like I said, players are not really going to want to hit you. So this is perfect for PvE players who want to do the PvP questing and don't want to be bothered as much. Most players are not going to bother you, like I said, unless you're absolutely pummeled. But you're definitely going to give people a run for their money if they want to try and put you down, because you've got a huge, nice, chunky shield and huge heals. So, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Drop it a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll do lots of builds and guides, and I will see you in the next video.